Hi guys, it is me again, and we are trying to. I'm having issues because, of course, I have my Josh Who TV hooked up to. I have Josh Who TV hooked up to OBS, and so therefore I cannot stream live from my computer, and I have to stream live from a device for YouTube because, of course, worried about all this stuff that's going to happen on December 10th with YouTube. But anyway, the main thing that is going on right now is that we have reports of an active shooter, and it prompts a Pearl Harbor naval shipyard to be locked down. And this is breaking right now. It came out, I think, about 15 minutes ago. And it says that multiple gunshot victims have been reported following what's being described as an active shooting situation at Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard, according to a media outlets in Honolulu. A law enforcement official told Hawaii News Now that multiple victims have been reported. And that is all I can find on, that's all that this one is saying. And let me see if we can get somehow some live feed. I don't know if they're going to have live feed for this, but we'll see. Hey, Brandy. Yeah, shooter is down, you believe? Live feed Pearl Harbor Naval. See if I can get anything live or anything to that nature. Hey, hi, Humflung. How are you, honey? And I am not. Let's do this. Not a whole lot of places are reporting this, but on the internet, that is. Okay, let's see. 7 minutes ago, reports shoot it. We can see what we got here. It says at least 2 critically injured in the active shooter situation at Pearl Harbor. Again, this is the Hawaiian News. Let's see what this says, and then we're going to see if we can. I'm going to go back to that site there. It says Hawaii, at least 2 critically injured at an active shooter situation at Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard. Honolulu, Hawaii, an active shooter situation at Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard has left at least 3 victims injured, including 2 critically. Meanwhile, reports indicate that the shooter has been secured. Sources tell Hawaii News Now that several civilians are among the gunshot victims. The base is on a lockdown, and the PA systems is urging people to take cover. Base personnel also received text messages alerting them to the situation. There's a live look at it, but can't get it. There we go. Witnesses tell Hawaii News Now that the shooting happened at the dry dock too. Our witnesses said it was as his desk was in, he heard loud pops. I kind of recognized that as gunshots. The witness and I looked out the window and saw 3 people on the ground. He said the first responders were called on the scene at about 2:30. And the live camera that they have here, guys, you can't really see anything, but I'm going to see if I can turn it around here. Hopefully you guys can see that. That is the live situation that they got right there from this thing. But as far as it really showing us anything, it's so far, they're so far away, obviously, because, it happened at the base. And you can't just get on base. I don't care if you are the press without, clearance and everything. So.
And if you're on lockdown, you ain't getting on the base.
Yeah, and if it's on lockdown, that's it. You ain't getting. You can leave, but you ain't getting in, unless you're, But it does look like there's cars getting in, so I don't know what that was about. But everybody else is stopped. I don't know why they would still be, if they've got the situation, if the suspect is taken care of, I don't know why they would still have it under all access gates to base are closed, according to the live footage here, guys. But again, I repeat, they say that they have the suspect. So, and apparently there's been 3 bodies. Amos, I think Amos is trying to reach out to me and let me know something that was, I can't, Amos, I am, let's see if I can do this. I don't know. I was trying to stay on the live there, the live feed, but you're really not going to see anything, and you probably won't see anything. They're just showing a bunch of people right now. It says just all access gates to the base are closed. Okay, the report is 1 is dead and 3 are transported, and 2 of them are listed as critical. And that is what is being reported right now. And there you go. And you can see for yourselves that is what the situation is they're saying right now. And I'm sorry that this is going so fast, guys. But apparently, according to this, they are saying that they got the suspect. So
they already said that when you first read it. They said that they hadn't.
It says it says that the reports indicate that the shooter has been secured. So I'm going to say that it won't be, it should be forthcoming that they lift this lockdown. But who knows? I'm just trying to wait and see if there's if there's anything else. But we'll probably go ahead and end this here in just a second. I do have other people trying to get in touch with me. I don't know if it's about this situation or not. This is Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickman. Multiple victims reported. So that must be the name of the, it's Hickman at Pearl Harbor. So, and again, the situation occurred at Dry Dock 2, according to this report. And just a recap for those that joined this late, at least 2 critically injured in an active shooter situation at Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard. Honolulu, Hawaii, News Now, an active shooter situation at Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard has left at least 3 victims injured, including 2 critically. Meanwhile, reports indicate that the shooter has been secured. Source tells Hawaii News Now that several civilians are among the gunshot victims. The base is on lockdown, and PA Systems is urging people to take cover. Base personnel has also received messages alerting them of the situation. It does look like they are letting people into the base, guys. Of course, it's probably military personnel that already has clearance, but usually if a base is on lockdown, it doesn't matter if you're in the military or not. So I see that even though that they haven't reported that the lockdown's been lifted, they are letting people on in the base. Hopefully you'll get to see another one drive through, and I'll pick it back up. It just says, witness tell Hawaii News Now that the shooting happened at Dry Dock 2. One witness said he was at his desk when he heard loud pops. I kind of recognized that as gunshots, the witness, and I looked out the window and saw 3 people on the ground, he said. First responders were called to the scene at about 2:30. And again, there is live footage, but let me see. Okay. Law enforcement are responding to an apparent active shooter situation at Pearl Harbor, which saw a portion of the space being placed on lockdown. Source RT. Yes, I gave that article, Hui Flan, But I actually have a Hawaii paper that is. Who do you watch the news? Who is me? People are losing. Yeah, people are losing their mind, and I'm not sure. Again, anything much more than what I'm seeing, and it's still saying the same. If I see another car pull up, though, I'm going to pick it up and show you. We still have a live feed, guys. I'm trying to. Not very good at this, guys, here. Here we go. So, and it's not really saying anything that I know of. I mean,
gunshots. And they immediately, I looked out the window, saw 3 people on the ground, and I looked out in time to see the shooter, who was, I assume it was a sailor because he was in uniform, pipe a gun in his head and shoot himself.
And that's from a witness on base. Obviously did not want to leave his name when he provided that information to us. Now back live at Chelsea, where Chelsea is, and that street, I don't know if we still have Chelsea. Chelsea, I believe when people take that right, you can go all the way through and get back on Kamehameha Highway. Do you see people actually going through to just get out of that line and avoid the base altogether?
Yeah, Lynn, that's exactly what's been going on. As I mentioned, this gentleman earlier, he actually ran. He was in the back of the line and he needed to go somewhere. And so he was asking people to move off to the side, and he was kind of hopping this curb into this grassy area. I think my photographer is zooming in on that chain of police vehicles. I think you can see them there rushing away from where we originally saw them going. So not exactly sure what's going on, but definitely a lot of chaos, a lot of activity going on in the base, what we can see so far here in that public parking lot. But getting back to that question that you asked, Lynn, absolutely. They've been want to show you exactly what we're trying to describe. They've been going off into this grassy side and then following this road. And this is the road that takes you back onto Kamehameha Highway, I believe. So you can see likewise a line of cars trying to get into the base that's just been kind of waiting patiently. You can see a lot of them just looking and watching, wondering what's going on. I did speak to a gentleman who said that he had a friend at the Dry Dock 2 area who did hear a gunshot and ran for cover. And they're just hoping that it's no one that they know, a lot of family members, friends out here. Obviously a very sad situation regardless.
Yeah, Chelsea, and just to recap, anybody just joining us, it's been about an hour now since that active shooter situation began, and the base went on lockdown over the PA systems everywhere. People could hear active shooter, base is on lockdown, hold in place. If you're in a building, stay in a building. If you're out on the street, stay in the area, but shelter in place, seek cover immediately. Lots of chaos when this happened. People told us they heard 4 to 5 gunshots. Lots of law enforcement responding, as well as Honolulu firefighters also went onto the scene. And the base remains on lockdown, and SWAT teams are continuing to, you can see those solo bike officers now pulling up to the gate to assist as well. So still a lot of law enforcement personnel arriving on scene to assist any way that they can. And again, SWAT team officers from Honolulu Police are doing active building searches right now, just in case, even though we are hearing that the shooter is down and that situation may be over. They're not taking any chances. It appears that police are still going to search all the buildings in the area. And then, of course, then the task begins where they have to speak with all of those witnesses. More than 100 people need to be interviewed over what happened. And obviously, we know multiple people down, and we don't have the extent of their injuries, though we are hearing perhaps one dead on scene, 3 others transported to various various hospitals in the area.
And if I could bring us back to the previous statement from the witness we heard a few minutes ago, rather significant. This is someone who was there at the scene, heard the gunshots, and actually saw, in his words, what appeared to be the shooter take his life. If our crew is ready back there, I'd like to just replay that and take a closer listen.
So I was at my desk, and I heard like loud pops, and I kind of recognized that as, you know, gunshots, and immediately I looked out the window, saw 3 people on the ground, and I looked out in time to see the shooter, who was, I assume it was Naval because he was in,
Brady.
he was in uniform, point the gun at his head and shoot himself.
Well, there you have it. That is the most direct witness we have so far, who actually tells us he saw the shooter take his life, saw 3 people on the ground there at the scene, and he said the shooter appeared to be a sailor wearing the uniform, and we have not heard any information to contradict that. It appears when the military and officials say the situation is contained, that is their way of saying the shooter is no longer active, and this witness was correct. The shooter appears to have taken his life there at the scene. So 3 people taken to hospitals, 2 in critical condition, 1 in stable condition. The shooter apparently dead at the scene, and now we have, an hour later, the base still on lockdown, although visitors far from the scene are being allowed to leave. No one else beside law enforcement and first responders are being allowed in. And as you can see, the traffic is backing up. That's where we are right now in this very unfortunate and sad day in Hawaii. We do not have many shootings like this. It's a reminder that 20 years ago we suffered our worst mass shooting with Byron Uesugi in the Xerox building, dead. 7 killed. And thankfully, we live in a place where there is not a lot of gun violence. And here, you'd think the most secure place on the island, a federal institution where every single person.
So, it does appear that the situation has is over with. Again, they're saying that the shooter is dead, and then there's those people that have been taken to the hospital. And we'll just do a real quick recap. And I've got so much stuff going on over here, guys. It's dinner time. And so let me just give you this real quick recap real fast, and then we're going to end the stream. And again, let's pray for those that, are in critical injury from this shooting. Anyway, at least 2 critical injured in a active shooter situation at Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard. So it's no longer active if the shooter has killed himself, but again, that's what this reads. Honolulu, Hawaii says that an active shooter situation at Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard has left at least 3 victims injured, including 2 critically. Meanwhile, reports indicate that the shooter has been secured. Sources tell Hawaii News now that several civilians are among the gunshot victims. The base is on lockdown, and the PA system is urging people to take cover. Base personnel also received text messages alerting them of the situation. And it is saying that there's only 1 dead, but 3 have been transported. So, and 2 of those 3 are in critical condition. And again, the 1 dead is going to be the shooter, as they have reported here. Witness tell Hawaii News that now that the shooting happened at Dry Dock 2, one witness said he was at his desk when he heard loud pops. I kind of recognized that as gunshots. The witness and I looked out the window and saw 3 people on the ground, he said. First responders were called to the scene at about 2:30. And because my lovely grandbabies got into this footage, one of them's okay, but the other one I don't know. So, but I'll probably have to edit this video some, and so part of it might be missing. But I have to take out the one where my one little bundle of joy got into it. But anyway, I do hope everybody has a blessed day. And again, as always, when there's news, yep, those are my grandbabies. So, again, as always, when there's news to report, I will bring it to you as quickly as possible. Anyway, I do hope everyone has a blessed day and hope to see everyone in about 20 minutes for Bible study. God bless you all. Much love. Oh, you are so welcome, Mama Henry. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye, guys.